I got new clothes. A lot of them, and it feels amazing. They fit. I tried everything on. I had to leave the store and come outside to cool off. I've been here since 9. It is 11 o'clock. I have tried on shoes, I have pants, I have overalls, I have denim Carhartt overalls, and I love them. I have quick dry long sleeve shirts and some Henleys and some shorts and some pants that are a nice lightweight material. I've got a pair of Merrell slip-ons. I did get another pair of Crocs. As a bigger person, I don't like to buy clothes because I have clothes that I should be able to fit into, but I don't. And that's a hard dilemma. But I just bought my big butt some clothes that fit, and I'm freaking happy about it. I couldn't be happier. I'm satisfied. I cannot wait to wear my my outdoor gear from Cabela's, because I'm so adventurous and outdoorsy. I love my blue overalls. I cannot freaking wait. I'm probably going to wear them with the Crocs. I'll show you. I didn't bring any long pants. I brought athletic shorts and t-shirts and a couple linen shirts. And I found these pants at Goodwill the other day, and they are so huge. They look like they would fit. They're bigger. They're bigger than me. They look like some kind of like Alibaba MC Hammer pants, and they were so long I had to roll them up. So this is day 2. Yesterday I was in my Alibaba pants with my flat Crocs that my body powder puffs out of the holes of my Crocs because I put powder in my Crocs, and the powder puffs out of the holes. And then I had this old shirt on, and people started to look at me a little funny. I explained to the girl in there in the shoe department what was going on, and it's like, look, I don't normally wear pants like this. They were huge. I'll show you. Let's see if you can see. I don't know. I might edit that out. Anyway, yeah, I just had my little shopping spree at the outdoor store. Bye. See you in a minute. We are making our way to the Allen House. It is Frank Lloyd Wright. It is a Prairie style. Actually, it's a hybrid. It's one of his last Prairie style designs, and it's got some of the Usonian notes. And the Usonian
in 1,000 feet, turn left onto North Roosevelt Avenue.
Was more middle class. Sort of, it's smaller. It's not it is elaborate. I can't explain it. I wanted you to hear the brick road makes a particular sound.
In 600 feet, turn left onto...
Oh, well, the last street was better. Let's try this street. because I missed my turn anyway. Anywho.
In 600 feet, turn right onto East 2nd Street North.
I can hear it. Maybe you not so much. We just left the Allen house.
Take the next right onto East 2nd Street North.
Okay. We're going to look at the old... Oh, sorry.
Are you good?
We're going to look at the old...
In a quarter mile, turn left onto North Hillside Avenue.
the old town, the old downtown, the oldest part of Wichita. We're gonna make a block and head to Dodge. Ooh, look at this. Look at that one. My. Wow. You better get down from there. So I'm just gonna make a loop through the old part of Wichita before leaving. There's a doozy over there. That first building was a mansard roof, which is Empire period. And there's a train, and I turned navigation off because I figured once I got to this downtown, I could just make a block and a block and see what there is to see a little bit. It's old brick. There was a small brick street, and there's stuff over there, but I can't really get a good shot over there. This isn't very thorough, I realize, not from your perspective on camera, and I apologize for that, but I'm seeing some things with my eyeballs. However, I think it's time to move on. Well, sayonara, Wichita. That was a little hairy, a little wild. Big difference between... I was actually in a bad place. I learned that from a Claudia at the Allen house with whom I spoke. Had a good visit. It was a bright spot, kind of a kindred spirit. Love running into people that I can just jive with. And as soon as I said Broadway, she went, oh. So she knew. And on my way to look around downtown, to try to find like the oldest core of the city, I passed through a design district and I saw this storefront that had Vine, like something that I would do, and like my cup of tea, right? And I went in there. I don't know what I look like. Probably don't want to know. Pardon me. I went in and met Jake and Darlene at what was it? McCoy's Consign and Design, and I wanted to know more about his business model, and we connected on social media, and they were great. His place was great. We just spoke the same language. But I tell you, of everyone in Wichita, Claudia at the Allen house and Jake and Darlene at McCoy's made me feel at home. But none so much as the the innkeeper at the executive inn, the little old gray-headed lady behind the desk with the sewing machine. It was there's a word. It's not in Persia. Balm, a healing balm. Oh, she was great. We're on the very, very outskirts of urban sprawl from Wichita, and on our way to Dodge City now. And already it's a relief. I just don't enjoy. There are things to enjoy. You have to know your way around a little bit. I'm not an elitist. Y'all know that. You should know that. But there are good areas and bad areas. And there's a big difference between them. I love the municipal areas of a city, the parks and the river walks and the museums and that type of historical district with attractions. Okay. I do like that part of a city. But the energy is just so unpredictable. There's always a hum of anxiety beneath. Somebody is right next to me. Probably, whatever. But I feel like I can breathe now that I've left. I'm sorry to give Wichita such a negative review, but I mean, there were good things, but I'm sure there would be more good things. I passed a really pretty green field, but I couldn't think well enough to flip the camera to show you. Yeah, so if I visited Wichita again, I'd probably have a better time, because I would probably I would know what to avoid. And the main thing is being out at night. The freaks come out at night. It's a thing, for sure. Get down from there. Oh, mountain goats. Get down from there, horse. There's some of those old bird killer fans. I saw a clip from a podcast where this guy thought the wind turbines were fans to help cool. What a dingbat. He thought they were like a fan that you turn on medium and high and low and off an oscillating fan, that was their function to combat global warming. They were to cool the air. A grown person. Anyway, I don't like them. I saw them in the Sacramento Valley, or around that Napa, green middle California, all over the place. And they were a new phenomenon then, and they were kind of neat, but I don't like them. Well, I don't like them. Anyway, I think I'm gonna get a haircut. I think I want my hair gone. I look kind of thrown away because this window, the sun is drying me out on my left side, on my driver's side, and the wind and the wind blowing and everything. There was something else on my mind that I was going to mention. Oh, that I didn't know where I was, and I love it. That I'm not bothered at all. I really don't know. I know pretty much where I am. Southwest Kansas, maybe. Haviland, Kansas, and Green something. Anyway, yeah, what do you think? I'm talking like a barbershop haircut. That would be kind of funny. It would go, I felt really out of place at the Loves I stopped at 20 miles ago. I felt really out of place because I've got my oversized britches on, rolled up at the hem, and my hair is all, looks like Gene Wilder hair. Just thinking about it, it would be so funny to get like an Evermore barbershop haircut. And look at those big old pots. Those are the shimmering. They have like mirror mosaic on them. Okay, this passing lane, I think I'm supposed to do this to let whomever wants to pass. Because that little orange Jeep behind me, oh, he wants to pass this time too. And I'm going the speed limit. I'm set on cruise control on the speed limit. Anyway, yeah, we're out here in Kansas. And it's a lot of this, as I knew it would. I'm a little bit dubious about Dodge City. I thought there was more to it. I've heard of it. I know it's sort of in the western lore. I think it was a cattle town. I think it was part of a route used on cattle drives, but I don't know. Here comes the choo-choo train. Let's see what it says. Like Central Illinois Pacific or whatever is written on them. I didn't eat all my food at Texas Roadhouse. Excuse me. That's a slow-moving train. He ain't got a name. What's it say? Building America. I cannot read graffiti. I don't really know the point unless you can read it. And I can rarely read any of it. There are just about as many 18-wheelers here as there are cars. And of course I say that and all we'll see is cars, but I'm not kidding. I passed through a little town and it was one of those little, what was it? It was Pratt, P-R-A-T-T, Kansas, Pratt, Kansas. And they made all this traffic slow down to 30 miles per hour. They had their little Christmas decorations up on the light post already. Union Pacific. That's what that is. There's a double decker. Anyway, they're all of the, like you see stuff like this, and the big silos and lots of 18-wheelers, like industrial scale. Oh, check it out. I need to get a still shot. Okay, I think I found her mute button. Anyway, this is Haviland, Kansas. Just a little spot, a little town way out in the middle of nowhere. And I don't mean that to sound derogatory, but it is literally in the middle of nowhere. And I saw something interesting looking. Look at the architecture. All of these, everywhere has had such interesting architecture. I mean, it doesn't take a lot. Can we please stop putting up metal buildings with a want to be fancy facade and leave it at that. Let's do better. Anyway, I just thought it might be neat to look through a little Kansas town. And this is Haviland. And the thing that took me, look, that's a little bungalow. The thing that took me off the main road was this interesting looking mammoth, like a big mammoth. And it's like Heart of America Science something. That was it. That was it. One little block of brick buildings. Well, you'll see it in just a minute, because I was only going to do a U-turn right here. But then I thought, let's peruse a little Kansas town. And we're going to backtrack just a tad and look at this mammoth thing. See what it is. So there it is. And I don't want to get out. So I'm being lazy, maneuvering the car weirdly. Well, not really. There's no one here. Heart of America Science Resource Center. There's a rocket museum. No clue. No clue. I don't know what this is. I don't see a... Can't go over there. What does it say? Open by appointment. Somebody done run into that building right there. I just thought that thing was neat. So there's that old neat woolly mammoth in Haviland, Kansas. Now, here we go. So, three things. You see this tall tower to the right? Actually, there's some coming up. They're all over the place. Way up there. What is that? Elevator. That's what I was thinking. Grain elevator. And then Mr. John Deere is driving halfway on the shoulder because it's so wide. And I had to stay back because I started hearing grit hit the windshield from him. Anyway, wide load. And the other thing is, the roads off to the left and to the right, some of them have names, but most of them, it just seems absurd because the sign will say 231st Street, like, or 340th Avenue. It's ridiculous. Like, what? That is not a street nor an avenue in my mind, but what is this? That didn't even have a name. Anyway, I kid you not, 231st Street was that was way back. And now we're into the avenues. Ooh, that hawk had a kill. It had a mouse or a rat or something in its beak. There's an old farmhouse. They all have these barriers, probably for noise, but you can't see them properly because they're covered with these hedgerows. Old-fashioned soda fountain, South Main in Greensburg. I have my soda fountain right here. I have my Sonic Route 44, and I have switched off the French vanilla iced coffee, and I have an unsweet tea with fresh squeezed lemonade. I just realized something. When I saw this sign for the picnic area, it's a historical marker. I missed it. Don't know what it was about, but I haven't seen a lot of pullouts and tourism info and rest areas and welcome centers. I don't know of maybe way back at the start I did see a welcome center in Arkansas, but I haven't really, and maybe then it was dark. Oh, I know I saw the one in Arkansas at Lake Village. I remember that one. And I think there was another one. But, what's that? Antiques. 14. Oh, slow down. I'm supposed to go 30? Yeah, I probably didn't finish the thought earlier. The little town that had their Christmas decorations up on the light post. They made you slow down to 30. And normally traveling around home, that's a little bit annoying. But it's almost cute in a way. Like, they want you to slow down. They're like, don't you fly through my town, not my town. Y'all gonna go slow to my town. There's antiques. I'm not really shopping antiques. The thing with an antique mall is you can undeniably find more choice items at an antique mall. That's because the booths are owned by pickers. What am I trying to say? So they know what they have. That's kind of, they know what they have. So it's not going to be the thrift store the low price of a thrift store. It's not going to be retail. And it's a great place if you're looking for specific things and if you collect things. But when I'm picking, I don't pick from Kiowa County. I don't pick from antique malls. Some of them can be very high. That's a pretty color. It's got a red to it. And then that little slice of green, I've been seeing that. It's kind of neat, having that little slice of bright green. There's another elevator. I guess that's what we're going to call them, grain elevators. What is the speed limit? I have seen stuck on top of these stalks that have been mowed down from whatever crop that was. These little puffs.
Make a slight right onto US 400 West.
These little puffs of weeds, they're tumbleweeds. And they just got stuck. They're stuck tumbleweeds.
Continue on US 400 West for 30.
So, there were only a few. I've only seen a few. And they are all... I don't see them piled into the ditches. And you will sometimes see piles of them banked against a fence. Look at all those little signs over there. What in the world? Mullinville, city limit, speed limit 55. Now we're going down to 35. There's something, oh look. Look at that color. Gray. Anyway, there's something about a tumbleweed, something enigmatic, I think that's the right word. I just wanted to get that out because I'm thinking like, what is it about tumbleweeds? But there's something about a tumbleweed. Kind of, what's the word? Maybe enigmatic is the word. Maybe not. Locust Street. Ooh, I like these old places. Look, okay, what the heck? We gotta, this is crazy. Sisyphus? Prometheus? Laura Bush? Frogman. That's wild.
In 400 feet, turn right onto Washington Avenue.
Rush. Odin. Pluto. Cicero. Xanthippe. Gundar. Galaxia. Carpenter. Batman. What in the heck is this? Can I buy one? These are wild. Is this a store? There's one. It says Janet, Old Sport, Phoebe, Skater, Victoria, the Big Apple. Oh shit. There's some swastikas. I don't know. Oh hell no. I'm not going up in there in my MC Hammer pants. Who owns this? I wonder. It can't be a person. I'm curious to know, like, who owns this? Whose property is this? It's got to be big corporations. Or I don't really know how that works in the farming world. It's not a desert, for sure. It's a lot wetter than I would have imagined. Now, I think they've had a lot of rain recently. There was rain Monday morning for most of the day in Tulsa. And I think there was some sort of storm front that it just kind of escaped my radar. I wasn't paying attention. But all sorts of little ponds. And actually, I passed a creek that was running pretty swiftly a little ways back. I think they've had a lot of rain, but when the sun hits it, it just glitters these little pools of standing water. Very, very bright. And otherwise reflecting the sky, very, very blue. Like a deep blue. But wet. Pretty wet. Now see that right there. Oh, there's water, standing water way out there. But anyway, that right there, what I was going to say was the crops were not rowed. There weren't neat rows in that spot. So that's not recent standing water. That is a perpetually wet, boggy, soggy spot in that field. So it's not as arid as you might think. I mean, that makes sense. This trip is not well planned. It really isn't. I'll just throw that out there. I did look over some things, but it's been a while and I've forgotten. But I haven't researched and I don't have really information to share. I have more questions. Why do I want to think that reddish, ruddy tint is sorghum? See, I don't know. I don't know what it is. These birds twice twice I have had. The first time, a gigantic hawk way up north Oklahoma near the Kansas line flew down and was right here, not off yonder, right here above the hood of this freaking car. Like, it wasn't by mistake. Why did it fly down? And then some little flock of birds just it made me yell. I saw all their big tawny bellies, like right here on the other side of this glass. A whole little flock, like something out of Hitchcock. The birds. They just swooped down to this car. And I didn't hit them. I really felt sure that I was going to hit one of them. But like a lawnmower, like a riding lawnmower, just out there in the middle. Wasn't there a movie? There was a movie. Oh, what's his name? Richard Farnsworth wrote a... Look how silvery this grass is. I can't complete a thought. I'm really bad about that. And I apologize, because it annoys me too. Look at the sagey color. And the khakis beyond it. Grays and... Ooh, that was... Yeah. Oh, look. There's a place down in this little gully type thing. Ooh, and they have those straight rows of trees. I think people do that for snow, to block the snow. I just saw a little lot of longhorns. There's a rodeo champion or something, some kind of little silhouette there. Okay, Ford, Kansas. Let's look on this grain elevator. It says Pride Resources. Ugh, those ambiguous names. Pride Ag. You know, the better they sound, the more twisted they are in reality. I dare to say. The Blue Hereford. How do you say that? The Blue Hereford? Hereford. Is that a... No, that's a heifer is a heifer. A Hereford. Is that how you say it? A Hereford? Ford, Kansas. There's a blue house. There's a stucco house. And there's a trailer house with their little row of cypress trees. There's that same sign on the other side of town. That was it. Somebody named Jesse from this town did the rodeoing. I just passed the Arkansas River again. This was much smaller. I'll have to go look at a map and see where it runs. And if there's more than one Arkansas River, because that makes 3 times that I'm sure of that I've passed it. Ford County feeders. Are those tires? Wow. They are. Huh. Let's see. It is 3:30. Look. Ooh. Stone foundation. Now they got a steel pipe fence. Yeah, so longhorns, look at that little metal sculpture. They're mailbox. I know that I read that Longhorns were driven through Dodge City, which is about 15 miles away, 18 maybe. So right along the edge of the green, where the right-of-way begins, some of the crop wasn't harvested. Look, here come them birds. So, ooh, that was a pair, and they had yellow bellies. Anyway, all right, some of this was not harvested, and it had a little grain cluster at the top, and I believe it's sorghum. I think that is correct. And it's not very tall either. Those are fat little birds. I just passed chickens. A Coronado cross. A large granite monument, like 18-foot tall cross that said the Coronado Cross. Do you think that was the Spanish explorer Coronado? Did he come this far from the Gulf or wherever? Somebody stacked their tractor tires and painted it like the little yellow minions. Coronado Cross. Now, Fort Dodge, unincorporated. That intrigues me, though. I want to revisit the route taken by those fellas. Like DeSoto was all over Mississippi, and there's still stuff named after there's Hernando and DeSoto names all over Mississippi. Am I missing something? Historical marker? Look at this. It's just, I hate to say it, but it's like all of the ugliest elements in the landscape so far, here they are all piled up and condensed. And it smells like ammonia. It's cow pee. Big lots where mud is, the dirt is just stumped over clumpy mud. Cattle truck. Oh, this is Cowtown for sure. Hey, that says Lariat feeders. Okay. Plant entrance, Cargill. There's a movie. What was her? Claire Danes plays. I can't remember her name. But she was an autistic woman who understood how the livestock were being were stressed out by the way they were corralled and held in holding pens and stuff. And I don't know how if her work persisted. And I think it did. I think it changed the industry. I hope it did. Anyway, it's a movie with Claire Danes. And I can't remember the woman's name, but she's It was a true story, and it's a great movie. Yeah, I still smell the moo cows. We're there in Dodge City. Clearly, it is not the cute little western town that I imagined it might be. There's National Beef over there. It's definitely a smell.
At the light, turn left onto East Wyatt Boulevard.
East Wyatt Boulevard. So there's some history here, and we're gonna find it.
Continue on East Wyatt Boulevard for 2 miles.
This is the hamburger mecca. Dodge City, city limit. Dodge City Expo Center. Let's see, I don't think I have any particular destination, so she's probably just gonna Boot Hill, Water Park. All right, there's stuff to explore, discover. And we will get to doing just that. But before I get stressed out again, I'm gonna look for a motel. Oh, there's one right there. Regency Inn and Suites. And they have the doors to the exterior. Bel Air Motel. Okay. Well, oh, I wish I could leave this camera running. You probably don't. I think the Santa Fe Trail came through here.
Central Avenue, then you will arrive at your destination.
So it's kind of sinking in that what Dodge City was and how it got its name, or how it became renowned, it still is that.
Turn left onto Gunsmoke Street, then turn left onto First Avenue.
Does that make sense? Like, it was a
At the light,
hub
turn right onto East Spruce Street, then turn right.
for driving cattle, so I'm sure there was a lot
In
of
300
that.
feet, turn left onto West Vine Street.
It kind of makes sense that if Dodge City was a hub, and that's how it became famous for driving cattle. You see the brick roads, lots of the brick roads.
At the light, turn left onto West Wyatt Boulevard, then turn left onto Central Avenue.
It still is that. It's still serving the function of what it did that made it become famous. It's just not cute and rustic and small scale. It's just on a giant scale now. But whatever it was that Dodge City was all about, I think that hasn't changed. I think that's still what Dodge City does. And does that make sense? Okay, so I just put in Dodge City. Take me to Dodge City. And this is where she takes us. Santa Fe Depot. Now, I can't read that sign very well. Santa Fe Depot, historic downtown, continues straight. And also the Visitor Center. I think that's a good place for me to start. Boot Hill Museum. I don't know about Boot Hill, but I did see a big billboard on the way here that said there was a model in an old saloon dress, and the billboard read Miss Kitty. Happy trails. I think that's just a salutation. And the water park. Visitor Center, Boot Hill Museum, and Water Park. Historic downtown is right up that way. But I have an app on my phone from the National Park Service, and I think that Dodge City was on the Santa Fe Trail. So visitor center. That's where I will go. Get down from there, cow. Look at this little house over here. Looks Carpenter Gothic. We're gonna try to, I turned my navigation off. I'm not gonna get lost now. If I need to get back out there to that motel, I will just navigate to the Beacon Hill Salvation Army. That'll get me there. Look at the grain. That's nice. That sculpture. Boot Hill. So this is Boot Hill. And I haven't done my homework. Don't know what Boot Hill is. There's a sunflower mural. Oh, I'm so... Camera work is... I apologize. Oh, that's not a road. I apologize. Kansas Teachers Hall of Fame. Gotta find out what Boot Hill is. I did see where the Vista Information Center is, but I saw a little yellow house up here. There it is over there. 4th Street, Boot Hill Resource Center. Who is that? Boot Hill Distillery. Uh-oh. This looks like an alley. Look at that. Oh, I hope that is old. Huh. Well, they got a nice fence. That's not a house. Dodge City Brew Pub. Where is the visitors? It was right over here. There it is. That little building with the tile roof. Oh, all kind of construction on that street. I hope they put the brick back. All right. Got some learning to do. That's much better. That's reassuring. It is actually interesting. Only a very small center of Dodge City is the old Dodge City, and there's a living history museum. That's what that little yellow house was part of. And I see from here, blacksmith wheelwright, a wheelwright, a guy who would fix your tires, right your wheels. So this is nice. I'm happy to discover it's not just Pride Ag Resources, but there is a little cluster of history right in the middle of it. And I was talking to her, and that's exactly right. That what made Dodge City famous to begin with, Dodge City still does today, but on a larger scale. I don't remember the trails, but she did name off a few famous cattle trails. There were such a thing. I remember that from Enid, Oklahoma, that was one of the markers or one of the stops along these long cattle drives. I guess I didn't have rail cars to hold cows. Anyway, it is also part of the Santa Fe Trail, and there are ruts. It is the Santa Fe Trail. I don't look so out of place. Here at the Visitor Center, the Visitor Information Center, that makes 3 people I've encountered coming up to this visitor center, and all of us, them and myself included, are road weary. So I'm gonna look for a motel. I talked to that little girl behind the desk, and there is an Oyo, O-Y-O. I told her what I was looking for, and it's actually out this way, west, towards the Santa Fe Trail. She said that I would pass a lot of accommodations in that direction if I go in that direction, which I will. And the Santa Fe Trail, or the ruts of what's left of it, are just kind of out there, and I might paint there. And I think you can probably go there at any time. Like there aren't hours of operation, so I can go there in the morning. I'm gonna go get situated in a motel. I'm gonna study up on all of these things, and that's the plan. It's kind of nice. Guys, we are the ruts of the wagons of the Santa Fe Trail.
Your destination is on the right.
I think it's time to paint something. They must be up there. I see the little path, and it's a good time because I have daylight, and I might can catch some sunset color. Wow. I don't know what the Santa Fe Trail is. I just know of the Santa Fe Trail. Maybe it'll be really exciting to learn about it later, but we are there. I mean, it is a trail, so we are at one part of it. All right, I'm gonna get stuff. Oh, I'm liking this. Okay, well, that should be a testament to how badly I need to do differently so that excursions such as this don't jeopardize my life. The worst piece of road. Well, and maybe this is it. Maybe this is the worst piece of road. I didn't realize I was still recording. Not far. Not far from here. I could have lightened my load. I want a still shot of this so I can read it later. Quite a little walk with quite a few things to carry. This is the marker for the Santa Fe Trail ruts. Now we should see ruts. This says Santa Fe Trail remains, and here are roses left. But where are the ruts? You see, that looks like ruts. And right there, it gets kind of wavy. And there's some darker shadow over there. I haven't made out wagon wheel ruts yet, unless it's right there. I'm not going to paint this. That was too much. It's going to be dark. I don't know for whom those roses are left here. But I don't think there's anything with enough definition for me to paint it. That's got to be a footpath. Supposedly, well, not supposedly, they are. I just can't really make them out. Those little waves and shadows are ruts from the Santa Fe Trail. These are Santa Fe Trail remains. Up on a steep little hill outside of Fort Dodge. There's our compass. There's a west, due west. So that would be northwest. I can't make it. I'm not walking all the way over there. But those waves right through there, I'm thinking that's the ruts from the different passes. Also, that over there. I think I can see them now coming down the hill. There are the ruts. Alright, they're more obvious now. And it could be a funny play of light and shadow. Right there. Yeah, you can clearly see a pathway. And it comes to here. And there's a little bit of a ripple. Santa Fe Trail. So much to explore and learn. I can see a trail coming straight to us and straight away from us. Faint, but I've been here half an hour. I think it's a little more. So, well, truth is, it's hard to make out. But look here. Here's another linear. And it's like a berm I think the freaking path and the signposts, those things are, I think we're on it. Yeah, you can make out a definite path, road. Let me see what temperature it is. There's when my little nephew Fletcher, he was the one in our group who walked to Old Faithful with me. Some things are just moving. I don't know why. The Santa Fe Trail, some things are just moving. There's nothing here. Well, there's obviously traffic. And I love being here. Where there's nothing. It's impactful. This does something to us that we need to happen more frequently. That little doggy right there gets around.